Now that the audience is going to know you a little bit, let's move on to your Bulletproof Personal Finance System. And you have 6 weeks of action steps, which isn't very long. And your mantra is keep it simple and automate. So if you could please describe your system in 5 short sentences or less for the audience.
You say 5 sentences or 5 words?
I'll give you 5 sentences.
I'm going to try 5 words.
All right.
Okay. Automate, negotiate, spend consciously. 4.
That's only 4. Okay, automate, negotiate, and spend consciously. All right, let's dig into those a little bit. I love the automate system. So can you delve into that a little bit more?
Yeah, that is the cornerstone for the personal finance system. We tend to think that personal finance is about more and more willpower. If I just try harder, I can save that extra money. If I just try harder, I can lose those last 10 pounds. And there are lots of parallels between personal finance and fitness. What you find is that trying harder doesn't always solve the problem. You have to often build systems to make up for your weaknesses. I'll give you a great example. They did a study of a typical firm with a 401k. Now 401ks have great advantages. If you invest, you get free money. There's billions of dollars left on the table because people don't invest. In this firm, about 38% of people were contributing to their 401k, and leaving tons of money on the table. What they did was they went in there and they switched it. They made it automatic. When you joined, you would automatically contribute. That number soared, that contribution rate soared from roughly 38 to over 90%. Why? Because we are guided by defaults. If you set your paycheck up to automatically put 5% in a savings account, it will be very difficult for you to go in there and consciously say, I'm going to turn off my savings. And so by automating the default things to work the right way, you basically trick yourself into doing the right thing.
So you mean your salary paycheck goes into your checking account, and then you automatically send it places?
Yeah.
Can you do that with, will banks let you have different bank accounts for different things? Can you talk about that a little
Absolutely. So there's a diagram that I created that helps you understand how automation works in the book. So ask the typical person, of every dollar you earn, where does it go? And most people look at their bills at the end of the month, they shrug and they say, I guess I spent that much, and then they keep eating a bagel. Well, with this, you say, okay, $1 came in, 5% is going to my savings account, 10% is going to investments, 5 in the 401k, 5 in the Roth, you can tweak it as you like. I've got some money going to my rent and fixed expenses, and the rest, this is the key, is my guilt-free spending money. So if I go out on a Friday night, I don't feel guilty about spending a lot of money because I know that everything else has been handled exactly right. And if you need to tweak it, if you make less money one month or you had an unexpected windfall, you can simply put it in the system and it will just work the right way.
Okay, sounds very easy.
You know, so I learned from my parents how to negotiate like an Indian, okay? My parents came from India. My mom taught me when I was a kid how to negotiate in department stores. And my dad, you know, when most people go to buy a car, it's a one-day affair. They go and they buy a car. Not my dad. He makes it a 5-day affair. We go there, we bargain, we get disgusted, we go home, we have breakfast in the dealer the next day. I remember my dad, literally it was like the 4th or 5th day, we go to buy the car. We're in the dealer's office, signing the papers. My dad says, okay, I'm ready to sign this if you throw in the free floor mats. It's $50 floor mats. And they said no when we walked out. I'm like literally shell-shocked at this point. So negotiating like an Indian means you realize that you have power, not just the companies. These companies financial companies often pay between $300 and $1,200 to acquire you as a customer when you factor in all their labor and advertising and everything. They don't want to lose you for a $27 fee. So negotiate like an Indian. I give you scripts that you can literally read off to your cable company or credit card or whoever and just get those fees waived. That I'm not the personal finance pundit who's going to tell you don't spend money on lattes. I hate that advice. It It doesn't work, first of all. They've been telling us this for 50 years. And second of all, you don't really save that much money, and you negatively impact your life. You're going to hate every morning waking up. So conscious spending, as I define it, is you spend extravagantly on the things that you love, but you cut costs mercilessly on the things that you don't. So for example, I have a friend who spent, as I write about in the book, $21,000 a year going out. Another friend spent $5,000 a year on shoes. And a final friend he spends tons of money on his mountain biking equipment. But I am a big fan of how they spend their money, because my friend who spends a lot on biking equipment, for example, he doesn't care where he lives. He lives in a tiny little room. He saves hundreds of dollars a month from where he could afford. And he puts it towards one of the 4 or 5 things that are really, really important to him. That, in my opinion, is a great way to spend your money rather than frittering it away on X, Y, and Z.
So, in other words, you can't have everything.
You have to decide not only what do you care about, but what do you not care about. So, do you not, it can start at the small things. I don't care about fancy shampoo. I'm happy to buy generic shampoo. More importantly, my friend doesn't care about living in a fancy place. He saves $500-600 a month. That's a lot of money from rent. He can invest that, or he can spend it on something he loves. That is conscious spending.